Did you know, for many people over 60, the most dangerous moment of the day is not when you're doing heavy work, not when you're out walking, and not even when you're stressed. It's the first few minutes after you open your eyes in the morning. In my clinic, I've heard the same things over and over again for more than 30 years. Doctor, I just sat up and I already felt dizzy. I hadn't even gotten out of bed and my head was spinning. Some mornings I take just a few steps to the bathroom and my heart starts racing. What's important to understand is this. Most of the people saying these things take their blood pressure medication regularly. Many of them walk every single day, and they truly believe they've done everything right. But after 60, the body simply doesn't work the way it used to. While you're sleeping, your heart rate slows down, your blood pressure drops, and your blood circulates evenly because you're lying flat. Then, in just a few short seconds, you sit up or stand up quickly, and your entire circulatory system is suddenly pushed into what I call a hard gear shift. In younger people, the body reacts fast. Blood vessels tighten at the right moment. The nervous system adjusts quickly. The brain still gets enough blood to stay stable. But after 60, that reflex slows down. And that slowdown is exactly why morning blood pressure becomes unpredictable. Dizziness and lightheadedness appear. The risk of falls, strokes, and cardiovascular events rises, often without warning. My name is Dr. David Warren. I'm 60 years old and I've spent most of my life working with older adults, not only in hospitals but also through long recovery periods at home. And there's one thing I've learned very clearly. An older body doesn't need to be pushed harder. It needs to be guided more intelligently. Today's video is not about intense exercise, it's not about changing your medication, and it's definitely not about scaring you. This video exists to answer one very practical question. What should I do in the morning so my body wakes up more safely? With just a few minutes, done in the right order, you can help your heart stay steadier, reduce blood pressure swings, and step out of bed feeling more stable and more confident. And we're going to start with the very thing most people overlook. Idea 1. Mornings don't need force. They need the right order. There's a very common misunderstanding among older adults that any light movement is good, and the sooner, the better. The truth is, the real issue isn't whether you move. It's the order in which your body's awakened. After a long night's sleep, your circulatory system is still running slowly. Your autonomic nervous system is highly sensitive. Your blood vessels are not yet ready to handle gravity. So when you sit up, the moment you open your eyes, stand and start walking right away. Check your blood pressure and immediately feel anxious. Your body reacts defensively, not adaptively. Your nervous system switches on stress signals. Your blood vessels constrict suddenly. Your heart speeds up to compensate. That's why morning blood pressure is often the most unstable of the entire day. Physiology shows us something very important. The body responds far better when it's guided through the sequence. Prepare, activate, stabilize instead of force, compensate, exhaust. When you change the order of your morning, blood pressure spikes become less sudden. Dizziness and lightheadedness decrease the first steps out of bed. Feel steadier. Your mind feels calmer and less fearful. Many of my patients tell me, "Doctor, I don't feel instantly stronger, but I'm much less afraid of the morning." And after 60, feeling safe is sometimes more important than feeling strong. Before leaving your bed, remember these 3 simple steps. Prepare. Stay still for a few seconds, breathe slowly and evenly. Let your body register that you're awake. Gently activate small, slow movements. No aggressive stretching, no sudden position changes. Stabilize before standing. Sit at the edge of the bed for a few breaths. Wait until your head feels clear and your legs feel warm. Then stand up. You don't need more effort. You just need a better order. I often tell my older patients this. Your body in the morning is like a car that just started. You don't floor the gas while the engine is still cold. If you're over 60, give your body permission to warm up at its own pace. You're not slow, you're being wiser. Idea 2. Sleeping muscles are a hidden cause of morning blood pressure problems. When people think about blood pressure, they usually think only about the heart and blood vessels. But in reality, your muscles, especially your leg muscles, play a huge role too. After a long night of sleep in older adults, muscles contract, less blood tends to pool in the lower body. The system that returns blood back to the heart slows down. When you stand up too quickly, your heart has to suddenly beat faster to make up for blood that hasn't returned yet. The result, blood pressure may drop quickly, dizziness or spike suddenly, cardiovascular strain. Here's the key point. The heart doesn't work alone. It relies on your muscles to help stabilize blood pressure during position changes. When you help your muscles wake up first, blood returns to the heart more smoothly. The heart doesn't have to overwork morning heaviness and numbness in the legs. Improve your mind feels clearer once you stand. Many patients tell me, I thought my medication hadn't kicked in yet. Turns out my legs just weren't ready. Understanding the mechanism removes a lot of fear. Before your feet touch the floor, give your legs 1 or 2 minutes. Small, slow, rhythmic movements, no straining, no breath holding. The goal isn't to get tired. It's to tell your body that gravity is about to return. Look for these positive signs. Your legs feel warmer, numbness fades, your breathing becomes more even. When those signs appear, your body is ready for the next step. I often joke with my patients, after 60, your legs are the gatekeepers of the morning. Ignore them, and your heart has to do their job. Remember this, muscles that wake up properly make life much easier for the heart. Idea 3, your nervous system is the real controller of morning blood pressure. Many people think blood pressure is only about the heart and arteries, but medically speaking, the real decision maker is your nervous system, specifically the autonomic nervous system, the system that quietly controls heart rate, blood vessel tension, how your body responds to stress. After sleep in people over 60, this system often transitions from rest more slowly, overreacts to sudden position changes. So when you wake up feeling rushed, anxious, or trying to do too much at once, your nervous system misinterprets that as danger. Its natural response is faster heart rate, tighter blood vessels, higher blood pressure for protection. The problem is, in older adults, this response is often too strong, even when it's unnecessary. When the nervous system is calmed early in the morning, heart rate stabilizes, blood pressure rises and falls. More gently, anxiety decreases. The day starts with a calmer mindset. Many patients tell me, I thought my heart was weak. Turns out my body was just tense from the moment I woke up. Changing how you wake up changes how your body responds. The rule is simple. Don't wake up your nervous system with urgency. Try these 3 things. Breathe slowly for the first few moments, avoid checking your phone, or the clock. Immediately avoid stressful thoughts for the first 1 or 2 minutes. Just send your nervous system one clear message, we're safe. When that message is received, blood pressure naturally becomes more stable. I always remind older patients, morning is not the time to fight your body, it's the time to guide it. If you start the day tense, that tension follows you all day. But if you start calmly, your blood pressure usually follows your lead. Idea 4, your morning breathing can actually set the tone for your blood pressure. The moment you wake up, the way you breathe tells your body whether the morning is safe or stressful. Many older adults don't realize that they breathe shallow, breathe too fast, breathe mostly from the chest. This type of breathing quietly triggers the body's stress response. And once that response turns on, blood vessels tighten. Heart rate increases, blood pressure tends to rise. On the other hand, when you breathe slowly and deeply, your nervous system receives a clear, safe signal. Blood vessels relax naturally, your heart beats more evenly and gently. Breathing is the fastest switch you have to influence blood pressure without medication. When older adults breathe correctly in the morning, they often notice their mind feels less tense, their chest feels lighter, their heart rate slows down, morning anxiety fades. One patient once told me, Doctor, after just a few minutes of slow breathing, I wasn't afraid to stand up anymore. That's not imagination. That's a real physiological response. You don't need complicated techniques. Just remember these 3 core principles. Breathe through your nose, not your mouth. Keep your breathing slower than your heart rate. Make your exhale longer than your inhale. You can do this right there in bed. Place one hand on your belly. Feel your belly rise as you inhale. and slowly fall as you exhale. Just a few breaths like this each morning, and your body already begins to shift into a more stable state. I often tell my patients, before you try to control your blood pressure with a monitor, try controlling it with your breath. Breathing is the one thing you can control instantly, at any age. And after 60, learning to control your breath is really learning to control your pace of life. Idea 5. Feeling safe in the morning matters more to your blood pressure than you think. There's one factor that's rarely talked about in blood pressure control, especially for older adults: your body's sense of safety. After 60, the brain becomes more sensitive to subtle signals like loss of balance, sudden position changes, feelings of weakness, shakiness, or unsteady legs. When the brain isn't sure the body is safe, it automatically turns on a protective response. Heart rate increases, blood pressure rises, muscle tension increases. The goal isn't to harm you, it's to keep you upright and protected. The problem is, if this response is triggered every morning, blood pressure gets pushed higher right from the start of the day. When older adults create a sense of safety in the morning, blood pressure becomes more stable. Unnecessary palpitations decrease, the first steps feel more secure. The morning mood feels noticeably better. One patient once told me, "I used to be afraid to stand up every morning. Now I know my body's ready." That's a huge change, even if it looks small from the outside. Safety doesn't come from strength. It comes from familiarity and steady rhythm. Each morning, you can do 3 simple things. Follow the same sequence of movements every day. Keep the pace slow, with no sudden changes. Take a brief moment to check in with your body before standing. When the brain recognizes, "Oh, we've done this before," everything is okay. It no longer needs to push blood pressure up to protect you. I want you to remember this. Your body is not fighting you. It's trying to protect you in the only way it knows how. When you give your body enough time and clear safety signals, it responds with stability. After 60, stability matters more than pushing harder. Let's take a step back for a moment. We're not talking about intense workouts. We're not talking about changing your medication. And we're not talking about anything complicated. We're simply talking about starting your morning more intelligently. The right order: gently waking up your muscles, calming your nervous system, breathing correctly, and creating a sense of safety in your body. Just a few minutes, but it can shape your entire day. If you're over 60, don't ask, "Am I strong enough to do this?" Ask instead, "Is my body ready?" I'm Dr. David Warren. If you found this helpful, please consider subscribing and joining me in future videos, where we talk about senior health in a way that's calm, science-based, and practical. And please remember, this video is for educational purposes only and does not replace personal medical advice.